Hi, second graders. Today we're going to get a little bit more practice with the strategy that we started yesterday, which is called compensation. So instead of going straight to the next lesson, we are going to slow down just a bit and go to the homework practice part of our lesson. You're going to find that it's lesson 3-6, and you're going to find it on page 157. So if you need a minute to grab your book and open to page 157. You can go ahead and do that now. I'm going to share my workspace with you so you can see what that page looks like. I have Emily here at the top, and I have Marta down below. So we're going to go ahead. This is just more examples of what we covered yesterday. I'd really like to start at number 1, so we can just talk through the steps that you need to take to do this strategy. So Marta's direction asks us to use compensation to make numbers that are easier to add. And we know that when she's saying numbers that are easier to add, she's talking about making a 10, right? Because our brains really like adding with 10s. Then solve and show your work. Okay, so we have our problems here and they're already set up for us to show our work. So let's start with number 1. The equation is 26 plus 6 equals something. Okay, so I want to make a 10. I want to make 26 into a 10. So in order to do that, how many would I need to add? Well, we can scoop up 26. This up a little bit. We can scoop up 26 and we can count on until we get to a 10. All right, do that with me. It sounds like this: 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, I'm seeing that I needed to add 4 more to get to 30. So I'm going to go ahead and do a plus 4 here. And I know to compensate, if I add 4 to this add-in, what do I have to do to this add-in? In order to compensate, I need to take away 4, right? Okay, so now I'm going to put a big line, remember this part? Yep, a big line right under where I compensated at. And now I'm going to add and subtract, moving from top to bottom. So here I have 26 plus 4, that gave me 30, right? And for this add-in, I have 6 minus 4, I'm taking away. So 6 minus 4 gives me a difference of 2. All right, and now I have an equation that is much easier to solve. 30 plus 2. 30 plus 2 gives me a total of 32, right? That's not a very nice 2, sorry. So 26 plus 6 is also going to give me 32. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and look at number 2. 17 plus 19. So that's not an equation that most of us have in our long-term memory, 17 plus 19, right? So we're going to use the strategy of compensation to help us to solve. All right, step number 1 is to take that first add-in, and we want to make a 10 to make it easier to add, right? So I'm going to scoop up 17, and I'm going to count on until I get to a 10. It looks like this: 17, 18, 19, 20. So I see that I had to add 3 more. And then to compensate, since I added 3 to this add-in, I need to, take 3 away from the second add-in. From there, I'm going to put a big line going all the way across, right? Okay, and now I'm going to work from top to bottom. So I have 17 plus 3. That gives me a sum of 20. I just solved for that, right? 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, and now for my next add-in, I have 19 minus 3, because I'm compensating, right? I can count backwards for that: 19, 18, 17, 16. Okay, so now I have an equation that is much easier to add: 20 plus 16. Now, I know that 20 is just 2 rods, right? If I'm thinking about base 10 blocks, it's just 2 rods. And 16 has 1 rod and 6 ones. So what are 2 rods plus 1 rod? Right, it's 30 plus 6 more is 36. Okay, if you're having trouble visualizing that, you can draw a picture down here to help. So 20 would look like this, 10, 20. And 16 would look like this, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 16. So now I have 10, 20, 30, 36, which is my sum. So 17 plus 19, going back to our original equation, is going to equal 36. Okay? All right, so I think that you all can be very successful with this strategy. It just takes practice because there's multiple steps. And so once you get used to those steps and you know what to do next and after that and so forth, I've found that second graders are really successful with the strategy. So if you don't get it quite yet, just remember, you just don't get it yet. We're going to get more practice with it. And I encourage you to bring questions as they come up while you're working through this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and set you up for number 3 so that you can work on that. And then today's assignment will be on the back. So let's look at that right now. All right, so number 3, we're gonna set it up together. 39 plus 54 is my equation. I know I wanna make a 10, right, to make it easier to add. So 39, gosh, is so close to 40, right? All I would need to do is add 1. So I'm gonna put plus 1 here. And I know if I add 1 to my first add-in, then to my next add-in, I'm going to need to take away 1, right? And then that next step, if you recall, is making a big line all the way across. And now we're going to be working from top to bottom for the next part. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little arrow there to help you remember we're going from top to bottom for the next part. All right? Okay, so I'm going to let you finish this problem independently. And then your assignment for today is just 3 problems, guys. It's numbers 4, 5, and 6 on the next page. Okay, 4, 5, and 6, that's page 158. I do not want you to worry about this unless you feel real comfortable with this strategy. If you're feeling real comfortable and you want to give yourself a challenge, then by all means go ahead and complete 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're more than welcome to do that, okay? Don't want to discourage you from doing that if you feel comfortable with this strategy. But if you want to take it a little bit slower, then 4, 5, and 6 is what I'm asking for you to work on today. And you can bring any questions to our next Google Meet and we can talk about it, okay? All right, guys, thanks for all your hard work. I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye.